Hello, Awaken Intuitives. Welcome back. Welcome to any new Awaken Intuitives. Natalie here. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just waiting for it to rain. I hope we get some. I'm in northeastern Utah, and so we need it. Anyway, yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I feel like I haven't been here in forever for some reason. I did just have my mom come out and visit over the weekend, and so that was really nice. And so got to make the best of every moment you get, so a lot of family time for me this summer, so it's awesome. Anyway, we ended up going to the nursery, the local nursery here, and she ended up getting me something, and it's just beautiful, so pretty. So I gotta show you guys. This will be timestamped, this video, so if you want to skip, fast forward, and all that, that's available to you. I'm just trying to keep my sage going. It's getting pretty little. And I'm using an incense, good for the crown chakra. It is frankincense. Anyway, let me show you what my mom got me. Just in love with it. It's a geode. It's called Geode Halves. And just the colors are beautiful. It's like the colors of this tapestry, but right here in the background. But look how pretty. I don't want my nails in it because you know how it'll focus on other things. But look how beautiful. I love this so much. I will read you this cute little card it came with, and I will hold it up for you. It's a geode half. Geode halves are tiny agate nodules with a geode center. In the center of the rock, where there is a cavity, crystals often form, thus the name geode. The formation in which the geodes are found is 50 million years old and located in many areas, including the United States. Actually out, I believe, before Wendover and past Tooele area, I believe you can go find geodes over there in Utah. So I need to get out there. Anyway, the geodes have been gathered by farmers for many years, which is interesting because I'm doing a reading on a farmer that's missing, and that is Dylan Rounds. I didn't realize this when I got this out to show you guys. Okay, after the crops are harvested, I didn't even realize this, and I'm going to be doing this reading. Sorry. Okay. After the crops are harvested, the fields are tilled under, allowing them to appear. They are then gathered and sold for cutting into the geode half you see now. Okay, well, that is interesting. I can already tell that this is being already connected and guided already. Wow. I did do my daily prayers already, and my prayers before this, I always save some prayers for protection and guidance and all that, for not just me and my family, but for you guys as well. Anyway, so there's that. And then I picked out these butterfly stickers, and I'm going to put them on my wall around this tapestry. But I got to figure out better stickers for the back because they're a little cheap, but they're so cute. And I've been seeing butterflies like daily. And you know what's so funny is that Crystal Medicine, I will list her channel link in the description below, sent me a card, and she made this jewelry I'm wearing. I cannot believe how amazing her jewelry and her craft, her gift is, because I would be buying probably everything. Like, look how beautiful this is. I mean, look at that. I love it. And this is fluorite, I think aventurine and quartz. Oh, I just love it. And she made these earrings. another bracelet. I mean, just amazing. But anyway, she sent a little envelope with a card in it. And on that envelope was this butterfly. Look at that. I'm like, are you kidding me, Crystal? Are you serious? So we've been really connected with butterflies lately. So that's so cool. Anyway, so there's that. And then, what else? You know what? I think that is about it. That's all I'm going to show you. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing a prayer. And then the singing bowl. And then I will read you, I'm going to do that first before I read you the information I have. So, first of all, let's do the prayer. I need to make sure that my sage is going again. I need to get a new one. Oh! I gotta be careful here. Oh. And the ashes are just messy. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. You can skip. Cool. All right, that's going to be going. Ashes everywhere. I'm going to have to vacuum. All right, let's do prayer. I think I will write this down so I have an idea of what to timestamp everything at. So let me do that. So prayer. You hear it? We had thunder. Yay! It's like my favorite thing ever. I love thunder, storms. Okay. Singing bowl. Trying to figure out what to call it. Read last, but what I'm going to read you is information I found. So, info. Okay, so I will do the prayer at 7:45. Okay. All right, guys, let's start this prayer. I hope you'll be a part of it. So let's begin. Dear Heavenly Father, divine source, protectors, and ancestors of the light only, I come to you and I want to first thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my blessings and miracles. Thank you for all the lessons and the knowledge and the wisdom. Thank you for the abilities and tools, the miracles, the prayers. Thank you so much for my family. Thank you for all of our protectors that you provide us with and our ancestors of the light to come in and guide us, to help protect us, keep us safe, give us signs when we need them. Thank you for the abundance of joy, happiness, positivity, love, and light, and unconditional love for all of us. I do want to pray and ask that you will guide this reading, that you will guide me through the cards. Please guide me through the questions. Please help all of us understand the answers that you give us through the cards and anything else. Please help us be aware and mindful of these signs, of these answers, having an open mind, because that's where the truth lies. I ask that you'll bring through the truth and help us gain the knowledge and the wisdom with this case in this reading, please. I do want to ask that you'll enhance our abilities and tools when we need them. I do want to pray and ask for protection, guidance, and safety for me and my family and everybody who is watching, all of our inner and outer lives completely, from anything negative, evil, or unholy in any way, shape, or form, whether it's ties, cords, attachments, influences, negativity, hidden agendas, closed-mindedness, judgment, attacks. I ask that you will also cut out and detach or block any attacks, ties, cords, attachments, or influences that are attacked, put towards our lives in any way, sent to our inner and outer lives in any way, please block those. Please send them right back to their source immediately. And please bring karma in. I know that it is always there and it always comes, whether good or bad. I don't wish anything bad on anybody. I just pray for protection, and I pray that people will learn and be very mindful. And please help us have our perceptions, thoughts, actions, words, everything about our inner and outer lives towards your highest good at all times. That we bring in unconditional love, empathy, and sympathy and care towards one another, towards ourselves, and towards you. And I do want to pray that Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Chamuel, for some reason I'm coming up with his name as well, and Archangel Ariel, I do want to ask that you'll surround each of our inner and outer lives with a blanket of your light, of forgiveness, of knowledge, wisdom, positivity, joy, abundance, health, prosperity, stability and support, and guidance and safety. So thank you so very much for all of this. Thank you so much for this channel. Thank you so much for our tribe, the Awakened Intuitives. Thank you for them and us all being here. All right, amen. Okay, so now let's do this singing bowl, and I will write this timestamp down so I don't have to go back, but I do like to now listen to my readings. I didn't ever used to, but I like to now because sometimes I'll go back and listen to them. I'm like, oh, I didn't catch that, you know. So singing bowl at 12:10. All right, so we do the singing bowl to cleanse out any lower vibrations or frequencies that we do not need, that we don't want, cleansing those out, and then bringing in higher vibrations and frequencies. This is a higher frequency, to connect better to source, our protectors, cleansing out. We want to vibrate at higher frequencies. They're more loving and enlightened, and third eye, crown chakra, throat chakra. So let's do this, and I will ding it twice so you know, and sing it. I like to say sing it. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, awesome. Before I start reading you the information that I received, I want to tell you a little bit about what just happened before this. Me and my family just made a pretty fair purchase, and we've been waiting to receive that purchase. And so I've been a little worried and a little doubtful, stressed a little bit, trying not to be, you know. And so I did do a card pull last night, and it was good. It was really good. And then today when I was cleaning up that, because I just left it out last night, on the very bottom of the deck, I lifted up the deck to put away, but there were 2 cards, and I flip them over, and one was the Star, the Aquarius card. I'm Aquarius sun. And the other one was 10 of Pentacles. So it's like your most comfortable, tangible, physical life. Could be financial, just everything in your life that you feel comfortable about and steady and stable about. And so that was just beautiful. The Star card's a wish fulfillment. It could be channeling. And so yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, now let me write down info update. Let's do that at, oh, we're at 15. Let's do 15, 10. Okay, so before I start, all of this information is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? All right, here we go. Prepare if you need to. All right, Dylan Rounds, okay? I did do 2 previous readings on Dylan Rounds. The first one and the second one. I will list those links in the description below if you want to check those out. I have a lot more information on Dylan Rounds, his family, and case information and things like that. So if you would like to know any of that, I suggest to go and listen to those if you want to before you watch this or after, or whatever you want to do. If not, that's fine. Anyway, Dylan Rounds. I was looking up Dylan Rounds updates, possible updates on YouTube, and one came up saying private phone call with Jim Terry PI and Dylan's family. And the YouTube channel's name was Sleuth Mom. I don't personally recommend her channel, okay? Because there's some information out there about how she formed, just things like that. So I just don't recommend her channel, but that's where I watched and listened to that private phone call. So yeah, anyway, anyway, let me just keep going. Before I found this video, I just did Dylan's second reading. Just barely did Dylan's second reading before I found this private phone call. I've never heard Jim Terry's voice before, the private investigator. I've never seen his face, anything like that. I hardly knew anything about him. The only information I knew was that the family let him go because he was spreading rumors and conspiracy theories and crap like that. And instantly when I found that out, I questioned, because I'm like, what if there's truth in those though? I'm sorry. Sometimes, you know what? A lot of people don't like what they want to, or don't like what they are hearing. Sorry. It's true. Anyway, and they want to be loved by everybody. I'm not that way. I'm just not. Okay? I'm about truth. And I don't care how you get it. And the truth is always stranger than fiction. Always. Okay? Anyway, let me keep going. From listening to Jim Terry talk in the very beginning, it instantly started resonating with my reading that I just did. The second reading on Dylan Rounds that I just did. Instantly. Okay? From Chase's involvement, Kurt's involvement, the mastermind who Kurt is, to Troy, his brother's involvement. The reading had the most nudity, my second reading on Dylan Rounds, the most nudity in one reading I've ever had before. Some of my decks have some nudity, but I've never had that much in one reading. So I covered up quite a bit on the cards. Anyway, out of all my readings and references to, also, I had a lot of references to gay involvement, possibly, and things like that. I have no hate or anything like that to say about it. It's just, you know, you just have to, I mean, people can think what they want, you know, but when it comes to a certain point of having any involvement, in this case, we need to know. Okay? Anyway, so Jim Terry called out some of the family for not answering and or returning his phone calls, etc. They really didn't have much to say. Jim Terry claims he spoke to Chase, not just to Chase, but to his parents, his son, and I believe his brother. Jim Terry asked Chase for any information on Dylan's case that nobody else knows or that has not been shared to the public. And he did, supposedly, Kurt, the 62-year-old bar owner who worked for or with Dylan and Dylan's grandfather. I believe he worked for Dylan's grandfather, but with Dylan. Would always dress up as a woman. Supposedly Troy, him, and their family, some are convicted pedophiles and criminals. That there is on record of charges against Kurt. Supposedly there's record of charges against Kurt for holding women up in shacks with barely any water. And one woman had a child with her that Kurt was holding as well. This happened years ago, I believe. Okay. Supposedly, Kurt would keep them hostage for pleasures, his own personal pleasures. And when they wouldn't do what he wanted, he would poke holes in their jugs of water. These women supposedly didn't have much loved ones that would look for them or think about it and wash their back and things like that. When Kurt got caught, supposedly this mother and child in the shack, I believe the child escaped, or both of them, and ran to the nearest public place, which was the post office nearby. Craziness. Dylan's family, most are LDS. I've grown up in Utah my entire life. I have family within the LDS religion. I don't believe in their beliefs. I've been baptized through that religion. I've gone to church a few times. It's not my thing. I do not believe in it. And I've heard it's raining. I've heard many stories from personal people in my life that are not very good at all within that religion. And it's not the people, okay? It's not the entirety of the people. It's certain people within the church and things that happen, and nothing's done about it for the sake of their religion. That's where it becomes an issue, okay? There's a lot of hush-hushes and cover-ups. There is, okay? Just look at where polygamy has came out of. A lot of Utah, and what's that leader of the FLDS? He was like over 10 years ago, he was arrested for freaking pedophile shit. And marrying underage women. Girls. Okay, he's in prison. What is his name? Oh, I can't think of it right now. Anyway, I see FLDS quite a bit out here. Okay, anyway, okay, let's see. I gotta skip this stuff. Supposedly Dylan's mother dropped off Dylan, unsure about the other kids, to his dad's a lot, so she wasn't around that much. Also, Candace, the mother, supposedly has debt. She would embezzle money from her partners, use them, and supposedly cheat on them. Supposedly Justin, Dylan's dad, tried to run her over with a car once. Let's see. Dylan has never had a girlfriend that anyone can account for. So there has been talk of Dylan being gay. Supposedly Dylan's mom smacked Dylan, and he then came back and knocked her out, supposedly. Supposedly none of Dylan and his siblings were at her wedding. They supposedly do not like the guy that she married. Jim Terry says there is a group of people who knows what happened. It's just not one person, and I 100% agree. Okay. I knew this in my reading. It's way more than one person who knows what happened to Dylan. Okay. All right. I think that there were 3 energies who made Dylan disappear. Yes. Okay. The FBI has blocked off a lot to the public. Can't fly drones there, etc. There has been a militia type group where these guys out there in Lucin area will go out at night and patrol areas, and they'll bring beer and their guns, their vehicles, looking for drug users and thieves because of all the supposed drug addicts out there that steal and live in shacks with no running water and things like that. Supposedly, locals say that these criminals and drug users stay in shacks with no running water and go steal shit. Sorry about my language. Dylan supposedly would go run around with these militia guys on a YouTube channel called No Thanks Investigation. I found this title. The title is Jim Terry PI joins us and tackles the Dylan Rounds case. Is he close? Where things are at? I suggest you watch this. I really do. Please have an open mind. Please. Because I feel like he's being attacked for absolutely ridiculousness. I don't care what people think, but I think they're more worried about Dylan's reputation and feeling bad for their family, so they're going to agree with everything the family says and things like that. But I'm serious. I think you guys need to watch this video. I'm going to list that link in the description below as well. Okay? They started having calls come in. It was Jim Terry and the guy that runs his channel, No Thanks Investigation. Doug. I believe his name is Doug. No. Shoot. Okay, anyway. They were having calls come in after they talked. A woman called in to ask Mr. Terry, or told him that she lives in Elko County, Utah, and that she has, I'm listening to her talk on the phone, okay? She supposedly says, she does say this. She says she has witnessed these criminals stealing, living in shacks, etc. Supposedly, Elko County Sheriff Ator, but it's I-T-O-R, I believe, would not speak with Jim Terry, but this woman said these tweakers would run out all night. She's surprised he didn't use drugs, referring to Dylan. She thinks he may have, and Jim Terry said that someone seen Dylan's truck out at 4 a.m. with this militia group shooting. Jim Terry said he would get calls from people who went out in that area for camping, fishing, riding, and stuff, and this militia group would show up, come scare them off, point guns at them, etc. Dylan was out there at 17 years old. Supposedly, possibly before then. Possibly at 16 years old. Why? How? Everybody needs to question that. Question the parents about that. He went missing at 19 years old. Why would he be able to secure a farm at 17 years old and be working out there? Question, red flag. Nobody can find... Oh, this was said. Nobody can find what Dylan's crop was. Supposedly, it was grain, which was animal feed. That makes total sense. Okay. Supposedly, Dylan would flaunt his money around town and to people. Kind of have an attitude, I guess. Supposedly, Jim Terry said Dylan's grandfather borrowed Dylan $50,000 for the farm, and the parents didn't know about it. One of them may have known about it. Okay, so this I question marked. I put a question mark near. Another woman called in on No Thanks Investigate. She asked Jim Terry if he looked into Aaron Rodsworth. He asked, "Why do you live there?" She was hesitant saying anything, like if she did live there or not. She said, "I suggest you look into him. Do you know how long it takes to cultivate crop?" Then she wouldn't say why she thinks Aaron Rodsworth is important, because he kept asking her, "Why do you think he's important? Don't ask me what I think. Why do you think he's important? Why'd you bring him up?" And she wouldn't say. Okay, and that was it. Done. Anyway, Jim Terry says that he is 99.9% sure Dylan didn't touch drugs. And I don't think he touched drugs either. I don't. I do think he drank. Yeah. Jim Terry thinks Dylan drank and over at Kurt's bar. I think so too. And the drinking alcohol age in Utah is 21 years old. Okay? Just be aware. All right. So there has been many people saying they are struck by Candace's, Dylan's mom's, behavior that is very non-emotional. I could agree. Okay. Jim Terry says that Candace seemed to know very little about Dylan. Some claims Aaron Wadsworth sells drugs and he is 34 years old. Okay. Jim Terry says if he could predict or pin everything, or just pick somebody that he thinks did something to Dylan or really knows about it towards someone, it would be one of the Wadsworth boys, he said. And I agree. He said Kurt the first, Troy the second, and third, Chase. My second reading on Dylan Rounds, I said Kurt, Troy, and Chase. 3 energies. And those ones I picked. And he said fourth, Scott. I'm not sure who Scott is. Okay. Dylan Berg called in. This guy named Dylan Berg called in. This was the very last phone call they took. His mom supposedly owns a property where Saddle Sore Bar sits on. He lives in Montello. Jim Terry told Dylan Berg, please tell me what you know. You know what I'm talking about. You need to get your mother out of there. She has gotten threats. Dylan replied, says, I would like to talk one-on-one. He was very reluctant. Jim Terry told him he could blow this whole case out of the water. Jim said he has tried to get a hold of Dylan Berg for a week and a half or so. Dylan Berg said his mom doesn't know he is calling. Jim starts asking Dylan, Dylan, what did you see when you went over to Kurt's trailer one night? And it was years ago. He said, please tell your story. Dylan then speaks and says, I had a house that had nothing but propane. It was getting really cold. I went over there at Kurt's. When it started to get dark, I knocked on Kurt's door. He opens the door, and he had really red lips. He said he has heard this for a long time about Kurt. That means lipstick guys, okay? He can do whatever he wants with his personal life, all right? But when it ties into Dylan's case and finding answers, this is where it gets important, okay? Oh, my fan fell. And it knocked down my Luna Quartz Evil Eye oil. And my selenite tower is supposed to hold this up. I don't know. Just thought that was interesting. I think that's important. I think that is important about Kurt. Okay? Anyway, he told Jim he will talk to him about a lot more than just this story. Also, Jim asked Dylan Berg if this was the first time he has heard about the vigilante group. And Dylan replied, no, it's not the first time. Okay? Dylan said he has gone out to look for arrowheads and things like that around the area, that he has had guns pulled on him, that he actually has been shot at back in 2012. He said the bullet went by his head. Jim asked Dylan, the sheriff out there is aware of this group, correct? Dylan replied, yeah. Dylan starts explaining that the town is very divided. He says, you have your hardworking people, then the tweakers. The school has one teacher, one classroom. Dylan Berg then seemed to get a little emotional after he said, you have to get your boots on the ground here to see how this town works. He sounded so freaking emotional, okay? Then he said to Jim, keep in touch with me. You have my mom's number. She texted you. Jim also asked again, Dylan, you are aware of this vigilante group even this past year, though? Dylan replied, yeah. I've had guns pointed at me. I'm just going to say that. Jim also asked again, you know that it wasn't a dumb cookie he just ate, etc. That was said by, I think, Dylan Berg's ex or girlfriend. She's like, oh, it must have been a cookie he ate because of the red lips. Like, so this is what Jim said. You know that it wasn't just a dumb cookie he just ate that your girlfriend said on a chat, right? Dylan said, oh no, nothing like that. He agreed with Jim that this was makeup. Also, right after that, Dylan started getting emotional again, saying, I'm in walking distance of the saddle store right now. I don't want to say anything to the wrong person, acting very afraid. Dylan then said he thought his mom would always exaggerate all the time until he started seeing things for himself around the town. Dylan also said he has never been impressed with Elko County. Jim Terry then was saying to Dylan that everything that he himself has been saying about Kurt, him being gay, cross-dressing, and into young boys. He asked Dylan Berg, is this true? Dylan replied, correct. Jim Terry asked him if he ever met him or ran into him. Dylan replied, this is Dylan Berg running into Dylan rounds, okay? Dylan replied, I never met him. He doesn't believe he was into drugs. He said he knows the truck that he drove, and Dylan also said he has seen Dylan Round's truck over at the Saddle Store bar a lot. When this case first came out or started, that Dylan Berg had some suspicions and heard that Dylan Rounds was gay. He also said with his family, it's like the highest sin. So LDS, okay? You can get excommunicated from the church, stuff like that. Then he said he got to thinking that he ran away possibly. So Dylan Berg is thinking Dylan Rounds ran away possibly. Dylan Berg said there was a gentleman mentioned, Aaron Wadsworth, in the beginning when this woman called. She wouldn't say anything about him. He said he can give Jim more information on him, but not on air. He said he doesn't want something to happen to him or his mother. They said goodbye after speaking about how Jim and Doug, oh, it is Doug from No Thanks Investigation, or Investigates, told Dylan Berg they would both help him and his mom if they needed help. Jim Terry then started speaking about Dylan's mother. She supposedly owns a South Shore property. Her name is Ellen. He says she knows everyone out there, the Wadsworths. But Dylan has seen Kurt do things, makeup, cross-dressing. Jim Terry said Kurt has known Dylan around since he was a teen. And he believes Kurt was doing some things with Dylan. Also, that Kurt's family has a history of that kind of stuff. Also found a live from the same YouTube channel with Jim Terry, and it was called Q&A with Bulldog PI Jim Terry talking info on Dylan Rounds and after show what happened. So I'll list that link in the description below as well, so you can see that one as well. And that's it. So, the reason why I am doing all this is because it resonates so much with my second reading on Dylan Rounds. So much. And now I have 90-something questions. This is my third reading. 90. Exactly 90 questions about this stuff. And so we got to get started, okay? Anyway, my sage went out. My incense is still going. Let me get my sage going again, though. And we will begin the reading. Okay. And now my incense went out. I must have pushed it too far back. All right, where can you see the smoke at? Okay, that seems about good. All right, okay, let's first of all pull a blessing card. Let me get the time for this to begin the read. So we'll do 38. Exactly 38. Okay. All right. So I just found me like a little cabinet with little drawers at a yard sale, and I spray painted it, and it's all right here. And I'm like, I can't wait to use it like this instead of having like some over here in trays sitting on my ladder and things like that. So I'm excited to do this. I think it's going to be easier. So I'm going to pull out my Archangel Michael cards. And I always begin with these in my readings, and I always end my readings with these. So, divine protectors, ancestors of the light, can you please give us a blessing card that'll help this case, this reading, just a blessing too, possibly. Thank you so much. Wow. Kylan, you gotta go out in the other room, okay? Anyway, I got synchronicity. In my daily prayers, I was just praying about this, the signs and synchronicities during this as well. This prayer I just did. So interesting. There is no such thing as chance in our incredible universe. The coincidences and synchronicities are carefully orchestrated by your guides and angels, so recognize them as the hand of spirit. Rejoice when you notice them, for they are the angel's message to you that you are on the right path. Start to expect them and look for them. Be aware that there is a divine reason behind them, and consider what the message or lesson is exactly. Synchronicity is also a reminder to you that all things happen in divine timing. Affirmation: all things happen in perfect timing. Awesome. I'm going to set this right here. And I probably just need that one for now. And I will begin with the questions. Okay. More thunder. I hope you can hear it. Okay, let's see. What do we want to use? Ooh, let's use the Muse. All right. I'm knocking out any possible previous energy from before, just in case. I'm serious. I think that the family, and the community, a lot of them anyway, just don't like what they're hearing, and they're worried about Dylan's reputation and things like that. So, all right. Oh, my first question is Jim Terry, PI, honest, legit? Is Jim Terry honest, legit with what he says? Is Jim Terry honest with what he says about Dylan's Rounds case? Is Jim Terry honest? Oh, we had one flip sideways. There you go. You can't. The cards don't lie. Sometimes it's how you read them, but seriously, Ace of Inspiration, which is Ace of Wands. Aces is a yes. That was my very first instinct on Jim Terry, the PI, is that he's honest and genuine about what's going on in Dylan Rounds' case. Ace. First off, let's get that out of the way. Why don't we? I'm sorry, but people just, they're so close-minded. They don't want to hear the freaking truth. They will go to the grave in denial, and it's just ridiculous. Anyway, why did Dylan's grandparents let Jim go? Oh, wow. Knight of Materials. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Materials. He's a dark horse. He always finishes the race. And it also can be a business offer, something tangible. So wanting to finish the race, whether it's material things, tangible things, evidence, proof, information. So to me, that is, they want to protect Dylan's reputation and kind of control the narrative, control what gets out there, the information. All right. Were the grandparents' family worried about Dylan's reputation? That's my next question. Are the family worried about Dylan's reputation? Is the family worried about Dylan's reputation? Let's try this again. Okay. Isn't that interesting? I've got to take this phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, anyway, I had to take a phone call. So I asked, is the family worried about Dylan's reputation? And I got 8 of Voices, which is 8 of Swords. This is mental imprisonment, okay? In your head, it can be anxiety, feeling tied up in your head. This is mental imprisonment. And the next card is Death. Very interesting. Wow. And this moth is covering the mouth. Silence. Look at the silence. That's exactly what it is. Silence. That's exactly what it is. Wow. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This is very clear. Okay. Why did the family dismiss the 2 things Jim wanted them to look into? Because he told the family, if you just look into these 2 things, I will refund all of your money. And they didn't. They didn't want to. They didn't want to bother. So why did the family dismiss the 2 things Jim wanted them to look into? Well, that was strange. Felt like I had no grip on this deck. Why did the family dismiss these two things Jim Terry wanted them to look into? Chariot. Cancer energy, speed, action. It can be inner warrior, full speed ahead, taking the reins. Look, she's controlling the horses, taking the reins. Strings attached, holding the strings. Trying to control. Okay. Does Dylan's family believe Jim Terry? Does Dylan's family believe Jim Terry? The Star. Oh, for sure. 100%. Knowledge. Channeling, crown chakra. Knowledge in the mind. Oh, totally. Yes, they believe Jim Terry. And they're just letting him be smashed by everybody. It's ridiculous. Let the truth be told. Why wouldn't some of Dylan's family not respond or call Jim back? Why did some of Dylan's family not respond or call Jim back? Ace of emotions. Self cup of love. Their own self cup of love. Their own feelings and emotions of how they felt. Okay. All right. Are the rumors true about Kurt's lifestyle? Are the rumors true about Kurt's lifestyle? Because it didn't just come from Jim Terry. It came from this Dylan Berg guy. It came from other people around the area, okay? It's not just Jim Terry. Are the rumors true about Kurt, his lifestyle? 4 of inspiration, very interesting. Structure, stability, home, family, within the home. What was he doing within the home? And this can be justice. That's a yes. That's a yes. Oh, you guys, I'm going to have to edit this video because I had to pause it before. Oh, which is a bummer. It sucks, but that's all right. I don't like having to put all these little videos in together to make my video. Anyway, did Dylan ever live or stay with Kurt or Kurt's family when he was underage? Did Dylan ever live or stay with Kurt when he was underage? We got 2 cards. We got an ace. Ace. Oh my heck. Ace of materials. Aces is a yes, that he lived or stayed with Kurt when he was underage. I had a feeling, and look, 7 of voices, which is 7 of swords. Liar, cheater, thiefer, the fox in the hen house. Strategic and sneaky. So yes, he lived or stayed with Kurt in a sneaky manner, secretly. Oh my heck, you guys. I had a feeling. I had a freaking feeling. Yeah. We're freaking gonna get these questions answered. We already have gotten every single question answered. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to get another deck. He lived or stayed with Kurt when he was underage. I was gonna ask, did he live or stay with Kurt when he was an adult? We have a lot of thunder. This is so much confirmation, you guys. Did Dylan live or stay with Kurt when he was an adult? Did Dylan live or stay with Kurt when he was an adult? Did Dylan live or stay with Kurt when he was an adult? Maybe not this deck. Let's move on. Light Seers Tarot. Okay. Did Dylan live or stay with Kurt when he was an adult, please? Ooh. First one that popped up, 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold or being left out in the cold? The key is to that door, and she's not getting up to get the key to open that door to let herself out. What the heck is this about? And then 3 of Pentacles, cooperation, commitment, contracts, you guys. Wow. Wow. Okay. What in the heck? We're gonna ask. Was Dylan locked up in Kurt's place at times? Ace of Wands. This is swift, quick, possible communication. This 3 of Pentacles could be 3 energies too. I'm getting sick. Like up here, I'm getting nauseous. Did anything happen to Dylan sexually when he was staying with Kurt? Can't do that, I'm sorry. Way too many. Did anything happen sexually to Dylan when he was staying with Kurt? 2 of Pentacles. This can be juggling and imbalance or intoxication. Okay. Was Dylan locked in to this circle with Kurt? Because that's what I'm getting, like this 3 energies, cooperation, commitment, contracts. Was he like locked in with Kurt somehow? Was Dylan locked in with Kurt somehow? And we've got that lock, the key, the door. Hermit. Within the home. Locked within the home. Hermit is Virgo energy number 9. This can be inner knowledge, hidden knowledge, inner wisdom, inner light, hermiting, hiding. I think he was locked in within Kurt's family. Is that what that means? Let's ask. Was Dylan locked in with Kurt's family somehow? Was Dylan locked in with Kurt's family somehow? Ace. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yep. Ace. Okay, we had that communication card, or swiftly, quickly. How is he locked in with Kurt's family? How is he locked in with Kurt's family? How is he locked in with Kurt's family? How is he locked in with Kurt's family, please? 7 of Swords, again, liar, cheater, thiefer, strategic and sneaky. They could have even threatened him. Is that right? Did Dylan get threatened? Did Dylan get threatened? Did Dylan get threatened? I just seen an ace on the bottom deck, Ace of Cups. I just seen that. Did Dylan get threatened by Kurt or his family? Kurt or Kurt's family? What did I just say? I don't know what is going on. Did Dylan get threatened by Kurt or Kurt's family, please? We got 2 cards. 2 of Swords, feeling tied up in your head between decisions. And then we've got the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Very, very deep, deep emotions. And possibly hidden. This is deep hidden emotions right here. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Was there a commitment between Dylan and Kurt? Was there a commitment between Dylan and Kurt? 4 of Swords, laid to rest or resting. Maybe resting from some type of commitment. Because this is what I'm still thinking of. Commitment, contracts, cooperation. I think there's some cooperation. Oh, there's 2 women and 1 man. All right. Okay. What is this cooperation? What is this? Why are they falling forward? What is this 3 of Pentacles? Can't do that. What is this 3 of Pentacles, please? What is this 3 of Pentacles? This cooperation, commitment, contracts. What is this for Dylan? Whoa. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. Celebration. Mixing of cups. Mixing of energies. It could be angel guidance, Archangel Michael. But I was thinking of like, I don't know if you guys believe in like karmic stuff. Karmic past lives, things like that. I'm not saying it's good or anything like that, or it should happen. But I do think the situation that happened was probably some kind of karmic tie from his past life, maybe. All right. Well, let's move on to the other questions. But I have to pause this real quick. So sorry. I'll be right back, though.